How smartphones replace 10 devices: camera, MP3 player, map, flashlight, calculator, and maybe even a watch. Today, one slim device replaces them all. Smartphones didn't just change communication, they quietly absorbed entire industries, turning dozens of everyday gadgets into apps that fit in your hand. Cameras became optional. Before smartphones became popular, families carried cameras to birthday parties. Tourists packed cameras everywhere they traveled. Owning a separate camera was considered necessary, because phones at the time had poor image quality or no cameras at all. However, smartphones completely changed photography by making high-quality cameras available to everyone at any moment. Modern smartphones now include advanced features such as portrait mode, night mode, image stabilization, and 4K video recording, allow users to take clear and detailed pictures without carrying another device. Smartphone companies continue improving camera technology every year, adding multiple lenses, artificial intelligence enhancements, and editing tools directly into the phone. Because of these improvements, people can quickly capture professional-looking photos with only a few taps on a screen. Convenience is one of the main reasons smartphones replace traditional cameras for everyday use. Most people carry their phones everywhere, meaning the camera is always available when an important moment happens. Parents can instantly photograph their children. Friends can take selfies during outings. Smartphones also make it easy to edit and share pictures immediately through social media, messaging apps, or cloud storage, memory cards, or computers. But smartphones simplified the entire process. The rise of smartphones also changed the camera industry itself. Sales of compact digital cameras declined sharply because consumers no longer saw the need to buy a separate device for casual photography. While professional photographers still rely on specialized cameras for sports, wildlife, filmmaking, and studio work, smartphones became powerful enough to handle everyday photography needs while remaining smaller, cheaper, and more convenient than carrying additional equipment. In many ways, smartphone cameras transformed how people experience life. Instead of waiting for special occasions, people now document everyday moments instantly. Built into the technology people use every day, MP3 players disappeared. Before smartphones became common, people used them to listen to music while traveling. Devices like the iPod changed the music industry by allowing owning an MP3 player was considered essential for music lovers, especially teenagers and young adults. However, as smartphones improved, one major reason MP3 players became unnecessary was convenience. Instead of carrying both a phone and a music device, people preferred having everything combined into one product. Smartphones allowed users to make calls, send messages, browse the internet, and listen to music all from the same device. The growth of music streaming services also contributed to the decline of MP3 players. In the past, users had to buy songs individually and transfer them onto their MP3 devices using a computer. Storage space was limited, so people carefully selected which songs to keep. Smartphones changed this experience. Users no longer needed to download large music libraries because they could stream nearly any song whenever they wanted. This gave smartphones a major advantage over traditional MP3 players. Smartphones also improved the overall listening experience. They introduced features such as wireless Bluetooth headphones, voice assistants, personalized playlists, podcasts. In addition, smartphones allowed people to share songs instantly with friends through apps and social platforms. MP3 players, by comparison, became limited in both features and usefulness. The disappearance of MP3 players demonstrates how smartphones absorb the functions of many older technologies. Devices for high-quality audio or exercise, and connected because of smartphone technology. What was once a separate gadget carried in pockets and backpacks is now simply another feature built into modern phones. As smartphones continued evolving, MP3 players became a reminder of how quickly technology can change everyday life. GPS navigation replaced paper maps. Before smartphones and GPS technology became common, drivers often kept large road atlases in their cars, and stopping frequently to ask for help if someone became lost. Paper maps were useful and difficult to use while driving, accurate, and available to nearly everyone. GPS navigation systems use satellites to determine a person's exact location in real time. Traveling became much easier and more efficient. Users could simply type an address into a navigation app and receive step-by-step directions instantly. One of the biggest advantages of smartphone GPS navigation is real-time updates. Paper maps cannot change when roads close, accidents happen, or traffic becomes heavy. Analyze traffic conditions and suggest faster routes automatically. This feature saves time, fuel, and frustration for millions of people every day. Smartphones also provide estimated arrival times and parking locations. GPS navigation also changed the way people explore new places. Tourists no longer need to worry about getting lost in unfamiliar cities. Travelers can quickly search for hotels, attractions, helping people move around cities more confidently. Because of these features, smartphones became valuable tools, not only for drivers. The rise of smartphone GPS technology caused paper maps to become far less common. While some people still keep physical maps for emergencies or outdoor activities, most individuals now depend entirely on digital navigation. The convenience, speed, and accuracy of GPS apps made traditional maps feel outdated for everyday use. Smartphones transform navigation from a difficult task. Overall, GPS navigation is another example of how smartphones replaced older devices and tools. What once required printed maps, planning, changing the way people move through the world every day. Alarm clocks and watches lost importance. Before smartphones became part of everyday life, alarm clocks and watches were essential devices for managing time, and many people wore wristwatches daily to check the time throughout the day. However, smartphones gradually replaced many of these functions by combining time management tools into one convenient device. One of the main reasons alarm clocks lost importance is because smartphones include built-in alarm systems. People can set multiple alarms, customize sounds, snooze notifications, and create reminders directly on their phones. Unlike traditional alarm clocks, smartphones also allow users to set repeating alarms for weekdays, special events, or appointments, because most people keep their phones nearby at night. Reminders and schedules in one place. Watches also became less necessary because smartphones constantly display the time. Instead of looking at a wristwatch, people often check their phones throughout the day for messages, notifications, and the current time at the same moment. Countdown timers, world clocks, and weather updates. Many people stop depending on traditional watches for everyday use. Another reason these devices lost popularity is convenience and technology integration. Manage their lives more efficiently. Homework assignments, birthdays, or travel plans. Voice assistants on smartphones can also set alarms or timers instantly through simple voice commands. Alarm clocks or basic watches. Although smartphones reduced the importance of alarm clocks and watches, these devices did not disappear completely. Some people still wear watches as fashion accessories, symbols of style, or luxury items. Others prefer traditional alarm clocks to avoid distractions from phones before bedtime. In recent years, smartwatches have also become popular. Fitness monitoring and notifications. However, even smartwatches depend heavily on smartphone technology to function fully. Overall, smartphones changed how people manage and monitor time. What once required separate devices for alarms, schedules, and timekeeping can now be handled by one phone. The convenience and advanced features of smartphones made alarm clocks and traditional watches less important in daily life. While these older devices still exist, smartphones became the primary tool people used to organize their time and stay connected throughout the day. Flashlights became built-in features. Before smartphones included flashlight features, people depended on separate flashlights for emergencies and everyday tasks, or emergency kits in case the power went out or someone needed light in a dark area. Flashlights were important tools for camping, traveling, repairing objects, and finding items at night. Smartphones changed this situation by turning the phone itself into a portable source of light. Modern smartphones include bright LED lights near the camera that can function as flashlights. With only one tap on the screen, users can instantly light up dark spaces without searching for a separate device. Since most people carry their smartphones everywhere, whether someone drops keys under a couch, walks through a dark parking lot, or experiences a power outage, while smartphone flashlights use the phone's built-in battery, this makes them easier to maintain and more reliable for short-term use. Smartphone flashlight controls are also simple and fast to access through apps. Because of this ease of use, many people reach for their phones first instead of searching for a regular flashlight. Smartphone flashlights became especially useful during emergencies and unexpected situations. During storms or blackouts, phones provide both communication and lighting in one device, and use the flashlight at the same time. Travelers and students also benefit from smartphone flashlights because they reduce the need to carry extra equipment. The flashlight feature is always available without taking up additional space in a bag or pocket. Although smartphones replaced many everyday uses of traditional flashlights also last longer and provide brighter light during extended emergencies. However, for ordinary daily activities, portable, and always nearby, the flashlight feature demonstrates how smartphones absorbed even the smallest tools people once depended on. What used to be a separate household device is now only one function among many inside a smartphone. By combining communication, entertainment, navigation, and lighting into one product, smartphones made life more convenient and reduced the need to carry multiple devices. Flashlights may not have disappeared completely, but smartphones transformed them from essential tools into optional items for many people. Before smartphones became common, and people used notebooks, voice recorders, dictionaries, and scanners for different activities, each device or tool served only one main purpose. Smartphones changed this completely by combining any time on a single device. In the past, budgeting or business tasks, smartphones now include calculator apps that can quickly solve basic and advanced mathematical problems. These apps are faster, easier to access. Instead of searching for a separate calculator, calendars and planners were also replaced by smartphone apps. Birthdays and reminders by hand, while effective, paper planners could be forgotten, damaged, or difficult to update. Smartphone calendar apps allow users to organize schedules digitally. These apps can also sync across devices, making it easy to manage school, work, and personal responsibilities all in one place. Because smartphones provide constant reminders, many people rely on them to stay organized throughout the day. Voice recorder apps replace tape recorders used for interviews, lectures, or personal notes, create lists, and save information instantly. Dictionary and translation apps made languages without carrying large books, documents using the phone's camera. These features turn smartphones into powerful, multitasking devices that can handle both personal and professional needs. The convenience of having many tools combined into one device is one reason smartphones became so important in modern society. People no longer need to carry multiple gadgets because apps can perform dozens of tasks quickly and efficiently. Smartphones save time, reduce clutter, and make information easier to access. Apps that fit their specific interests or responsibilities. Although some people still prefer traditional tools like paper planners or specialized calculators, smartphones became the primary choice for most everyday tasks. The ability to combine calculators, calendars, notebooks, scanners, and many other tools into one portable device transformed how people work, study, and stay organized. Smartphones simplified daily life by placing countless useful functions into the palm of a hand, showing how technology continues to replace older devices with more convenient digital solutions. Conclusion: smartphones have transformed everyday life by replacing many devices people once depended on daily: cameras, MP3 players, paper maps, alarm clocks, watches, flashlights, calculators, money, and effort to manage. Today, smartphones combine all of these functions into one portable device that fits in a pocket. This convenience has changed how people communicate. The ability of smartphones to combine. People can now take photos, listen to music, navigate roads, organize schedules, and solve problems instantly from a single device. Although some traditional devices are still used for professional or personal reasons, because of their accessibility and advanced technology, they reshaped modern society by replacing countless everyday devices. As technology continues to advance, smartphones will likely become even more powerful and continue changing the way people live and interact with the world around them.